on. I apologize. And I was trying to get
The famous
it
Miss
running.
Pemberton has joined us.
Well,
Yes.
I will.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Evening.
Okay, so I'm going to.
I just want you to know.
The recording already.
Okay, great.
I just
good
want you to
evening,
know,
everyone.
Naomi. It took me one time 35 minutes to log on.
Wow.
Just so
Wow. I
don't
don't
feel
know.
bad.
Sometimes, and it's so funny because sometimes everything goes really smoothly, and then sometimes
It doesn't.
you get a hiccup. So I do apologize about that.
It's not Zoom.
So Jeremy, can you share the minutes or I'm sharing the minutes? I don't know.
Ideally, one of you, because I still have to do some website stuff.
Okay, let me see. Let me get it together here. Perfect. Everybody see the minutes? I mean the agenda, sorry. So, introductions. I'm Naomi Pemberton. I'm the chair of the Ethics and Disciplinary Committee. And today we open our meeting at 7:06 to discuss the agenda items as you see here.
I don't
see him, Naomi.
I don't see the agenda.
You don't?
No.
You're sharing? Wow, I don't know why it's not coming up. Why is it not coming up? People are viewing search. Okay, that's very weird.
It shows that you're sharing your screen, but
Yeah. Show me in front of my.
You might have a bad internet connection. That might be the issue.
I mean, I can do it if you want.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay. Okay. So I introduced myself. So I would like to vote that the minutes from February 2023 be accepted. So anyone against?
Second.
Who has to say?
I'll second it.
Awesome. Thank you. And any abstentions? Okay. So the minutes have been passed, February 2023. Okay, so the policies and procedures have been passed by the full board. Thank you very much. And hopefully going forward, our process in terms of dealing with complaints will be a smoother process. We are going to, as I say, please just bear with us as it's a new process. But you can review the policies and procedures. It's been publicized, and our new policy or our new procedure is you will get a log number for your case, regardless of what it is. You'll get a log number, and we will either for certain cases we have to forward it to the leadership committee if it has anything related to staff. Any other items we will vote on via e-vote. The committee will e-vote. We'll vote on the cases to hear the cases. Once you get a case number, I will notify you if your case will be heard, and I'll give you the date. Okay. If your case needs further information, I will let you know that via email as well. And it's your responsibility within 30 days to get the additional information, because this is the committee voting that we requesting additional information. Okay. So you will get an email on regards to that. If your case is going to be heard, you will also get an email. So please, if you submit a complaint, please review your email. The email will be coming from me and Pemberton CB11. gmail.com. So if you have me in your junk, add me to your contacts, okay? Because many people say, oh, I didn't get the email, I didn't do this, I didn't get this. So I just want to let you know, that's going to be the source of the email, okay? Any questions from the members of the committee
No,
or members of the board?
nothing from me.
Nothing, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next agenda item. The complaints 102, 105, and 107. So complaints 102 and 105 have been moved to April 24th at 7 p.m. 102 and 105 have been moved to April 24th at 7 p.m. Both cases will be heard. Each participant will have 5 minutes to discuss their case or discuss their issue or their complaint. The committee will listen, and via e-vote, they will vote on the case with recommendation to the board. Okay? Any questions?
Just a point of order. There is no community feedback to that process.
Exactly. There's no community feedback. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Case 107.
That would be Miguel.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miguel. Sorry. I keep thinking Miguel Michael and I have
Yeah,
numbers.
that's my government name.
Sorry. So case 107 is a case against a staff member, so that has been closed on our side and transferred to the executive board. Okay. Also, to my understanding, that complaint was answered via the leadership committee. Okay. Any questions? Okay, great. So now I'm going to open up, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to open up to the gallery. Is anybody registered, Jeremy, for the gallery?
Not that I last checked, but I can check one more time.
Okay, I think Kevin was registered. That's all the email
Oh yeah,
that I
yeah.
received.
Well, yeah. Outside of what I already informed you about.
Okay. Hi, Kevin. Okay, you can speak.
Hi there.
I'm sorry, before you speak, everyone gets 2 minutes. So this committee, everyone speaks 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to speak on the gallery session, okay?
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm just gonna kind of read off right out of the bylaws, what the public hearings state in the articles and some other things. So I'm just gonna read off. You let me know when I got 30 seconds and I'll end it at the 2-minute mark. Public hearings, it says section 1, the very first thing it says is the board chairperson or acting board chairperson. I added the or acting board chairperson to that. Shall call a public hearing whenever required. The community board may, by resolution, call additional public hearings on that matter before hearings on any matter before it considers it. So I would be asking down the road who actually called the Jacoby Hospital Just Home meeting, either the board chairperson or the housing committee person. I don't want the answers now, of course. Such notice shall state if attendance at the public hearing is required for all board members. And then it states that the chairperson or the designee shall preside at all public hearings. So a question that may come up would be which chairperson, the board chairperson or the chairperson of the housing committee? That question may come up later. And then in section 2, it states that prior to the start of every public meeting, each member of the public wishing to speak shall submit to the chairperson in writing a form provided by the board a request for speaking time. And that request shall ask for the speaker's name, the name of the organization, if there is one, and most importantly, whether the individual favors or opposes the proposition, which is the subject of the hearing. That being stated, it follows up by saying, those opposed to the proposition shall be heard first, and those in favor,
Second, Kevin.
thank you, and those in favor shall follow. The chairperson shall only call the names of those who submitted requests for that speaking time. Immediately, I can tell that that kind of was not followed that day. I don't know if everybody will have enough time in their 5 minutes to explain some of these things when they get their 5 minutes, such as number 102, 105, 107, whatever other 100s there might be. I'm not going to get a
You have
chance to finish this.
You have 30 seconds.
Thank you. Community Board 11 I'm going to go to the gallery session. Every public meeting shall ensure the public's right to speak. The presiding officer or the full board may grant a speaker up to 3 additional minutes. Each gallery session speaker at a full board meeting shall receive an initial 2 minutes of uninterrupted speaking time, and at most answer 4 questions. I'm just going to,
Your time is
yeah,
your time
I
is
just wanted to read what's in your bylaws, and I want to make sure that everybody in the ethics committee reads through that prior to anybody giving their quick 5 minutes before a vote that I'm not sure what the vote would stand for. Thank you very much, though. Have a good day.
Thank you. Is there any other gallery speakers?
I'd like to respond to Kevin just quickly. It may be that would be something you would take up with the bylaws committee.
Certainly, if you feel so, but I just want to make sure the people on this committee that are going to vote on something that I don't really know what you can vote on after a 5-minute dictation from somebody without, a little correspondence back and forth.
And again, that's what we're doing right now.
This committee is aware of these bylaws. I'm sorry?
That's
Right,
what we're doing right now, the back and forth. Like, you get 5 minutes speaking time, but the members of the committee will be able to ask questions and you'll be able to answer them. So I think that it's a 5-minute initial speaking time, but you're gonna be able to extrapolate.
You have 5 minutes to speak on your case, right?
Right.
We're giving you the time to speak to give your perspective on the case. The other person will give their perspective, which they have the right to have, and then the committee can ask questions, but we will make a decision based on that, on the information we receive. We also read the complaint as well. So it's a combination of reading the complaint, having all the information, and then voting on it.
I understand that. Thank you. The complaint as a written piece of paper really shouldn't be 100% of the dictation. I'm glad there's at least 5 minutes to go of speaking time. I'm sure everybody would agree with that. I'm going to let you go. That's all. So I'm sorry.
I think it's fair to say that we're doing a good faith effort.
To
get all the information.
To acknowledge both.
That first question from the board, enables the person to kind of follow up with the answer and whatever. But if there's no questions, that's it. His 5 minutes is up. But the first question would kind of open the door for him to kind of follow up with just a question and, possibly a little extra time. I appreciate it. That's good. Thank you.
And you'll have the opportunity to respond to that.
Thanks again. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Diana?
Yes, thank you for laying out more of the procedure. So I'm still a little confused about the confidentiality provisions and requirements. Is there anything further to say about that? And the 5 minutes and 5 minutes, is that going to be in a meeting like this open to the public, or is it?
Yes,
Amy,
it's going to be a part of the committee meeting. If the person states that they're anonymous, I will read the complaint publicly, and that person that they're accusing or the complaint is against will speak on their behalf. And then the committee will take all the information or ask any questions, but that person is giving up their rights if they do, anonymous. If they're anonymous, they're giving up their right to speak publicly about their issue.
And then if the subject of the complaint wants to be anonymous, how does the complainer know? And
no, the subject, the person.
It's the same process.
Yeah, if the subject of the complaint is anonymous, they don't want to speak publicly, so we will not release their name. They will only have a case number We won't, so if you had a case, Diana.
Right,
you get a
not the
case
person,
number
no, I
and-
mean, not the person bringing the complaint, but the person whom the complaint is brought against.
They can't be, they can't be
they-
anonymous. They would have to, if they say, hey, well, I'm not going to that hearing, then they're speaking loudly, right?
They have the
So,
opportunity to submit a written response. But if they decide to stay anonymous, then we would state their case the same way we would do for you if you were anonymous.
Right, and then if
They
they
didn't
want to be
state-
anonymous, then that means that the complainant, the person bringing the complaint, cannot use their name.
That is
right,
correct.
they would have to say,
And you would
complaints are
advise
accused,
the person bringing the complaint
100%.
Not
about
to.
an anonymity
Yeah.
request before the hearing, at the hearing.
The point,
Before.
Diana, just for clarification, we are trying to be as transparent as possible.
Right,
So it gets into a kind of a tricky legal area
yeah,
if we allow people to name anonymous sources, whatever.
Right.
So we'd have to go into executive session, which creates a
Right.
problem in that, people are going to think that we're doing backroom deals or whatever. So yeah, it just gets, it's better to have it all out in the open.
Open, yeah.
And then my question was, what happened to cases number 103, 104, and 106? Or do you not necessarily say?
That's
Okay,
confidential
so
information.
that's confidential information.
Okay.
Those cases have been emailed
Okay,
of what the next steps are. So I just,
Right.
so let me just bring up, another, and I apologize. Thank you for bringing that up, Diana. If your case is voted that you need additional information or additional facts for us to review to make a decision whether to hear your case, we will email you. And you will have 30 days to provide that information.
okay. And then the complainant gets the first 5, the person bringing the complaint gets the first 5 minutes. And then
Right.
whomever the complaint is
Against, we'll
Against.
speak. Mhm.
speaks.
Yeah.
But the person bringing the complaint can't speak again.
Well, of course you can if we ask questions.
If you have questions.
But only if you have questions.
Yes, indeed.
Because we don't want it to be a back and forth because it's a complaint,
Right.
right? You're stating, the
Particularly
person-
because these are
yeah,
tricky.
you already stated in
personal-
writing your complaint. We're just giving you the opportunity to, more readily explain yourself or provide information or whatever you would like to do in those minutes. And then the person to respond,
Okay.
right? So we don't want to go back and forth because you're
Right.
stating
Got it.
what it is, you know?
I think it's fair to say that we get the gist of everything.
Right. I'm just thinking of like debates and, if somebody denies
Yeah.
completely and you want to
Right, but
respond.
that's not what this is about. This is not a debate. You're saying this is wrong,
Right.
right? It's against the ethical standards of our board.
Right.
And the other person is saying whatever they're gonna say. Yes, I agree, or no, I don't.
Mhm.
And make their case. And then we should be just making the decision.
Okay. And you might discuss or you might not discuss, you might just vote.
We just may vote.
Yeah,
Okay.
the main thing is we want to make sure that we don't give any opportunity for people to argue back and forth. We want to try and keep it as
Right.
civil as possible. And if we go into any kind of debate like topic, it's going to start for tensions to start rising, and that's what we want to avoid. We want
Right.
to do it as civil and as quickly as possible so everybody can get on with it and we could get the issues resolved.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks very
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions or gallery speakers? Okay. I don't think we have any motions today. We're good. Any old business? I don't think we have any old business. Any new business? Anything anyone wants to bring forth for new business? Okay.
Naomi, Kevin
Yeah.
put a question in the chat about how
Oh,
does
okay.
somebody present video evidence? Should that be sent to the committee prior to them
Yes.
coming? So that way we have sufficient time to view it?
Yes. Perfect. Yes. Correct.
And that would have to be submitted before 7 days before the hearing or
Correct.
before the meeting.
So we have time to review it.
And no cat videos.
Cat videos are cute though.
Yeah,
They
I,
are.
like, I was gonna say I like cats. It's okay.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
After, the case of the person presents and then the other person opposes and they speak, will there, just clarify, will there be a
Yeah.
vote here? Will there be a vote here, or does that come in a, decision comes in a later email?
Yes, the decision would come in later email. We do an e-vote after the meeting because you want people to be able to digest the information, right? And we want to make it sure it's fair. So they digest the information and they'll do an e-vote, which we'll make public. And we will email the accused, the complainant and the accused
Okay.
and
Hate
let
that
them know
word.
the results. I know, I hate the, I know I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
but the complainant and the complainee, the idea is to make sure that we have time to think about it. If we have to go into an executive session and discuss it, we will, but we may not have to. So that
Right.
answers that question. We can just vote on it. But the point is to have an e-vote so it is very clear who voted which way on
What?
whatever.
And that e-vote goes to the full board or just to the committee?
The e-vote goes to the full, I'm sorry, to the committee, and then it is
Then
released
we'll
publicly.
tell the board. Yeah, then we'll tell the board like we do, once the committee votes on the case, then we'll send it to the full board.
Okay, all right.
And that'll be a matter of public record so that
Yeah.
we're completely transparent.
Okay, thank you.
Kevin had another question in the chat.
Yeah, he
Thank
needs a
God.
little clarification on what the vote is going to be for.
The vote is going to be on the case, whether we're in favor of the person that made the complaint or we're in favor of the person that was accused,
Or both.
or both, right? And then we'll provide our recommendation to the board.
And that can be anything from, a letter, a reminder, up into
Education.
suspension.
Yeah.
Which was voted on by the bylaws committee and the full board.
Okay. So,
Any other questions?
sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I was gonna say, any other questions?
Yeah, so is there any particular, this evening, there are none that are going to be presented, am I correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Both cases have been moved to April 24th, 102 and I think it's case 102 and 105.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is at least a good
The
place
thing
to
is, people
start.
got to show up.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Both have to
know.
be yeah, I want to make sure that's clear as well. Both people have to show up to the, to the case. I mean, I think we should hear, if someone doesn't show up and doesn't tell us, they have to let us know so we can either move the case, but if they don't tell us, then we can make the vote.
And if say the subject of the complaint is not able to attend for whatever reason, they're able to send us in written statement that we could read,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, that's correct.
If they choose, we can always move it to the next month. If they
Right.
can't, if they can't
They
show up,
have
but
to
if they
let us
want
know.
to, if they want to do it, they do have to let us know. And if they want to give us a written statement, that's fine.
Yeah, they have to let us know in advance, not just
Not the day
not show
before.
up. Yeah,
Not an
not
hour
just that
before.
night. Yeah, yeah.
Not an hour
exactly.
before and no cat videos.
We are gonna you have to give us at least 7 days in advance. If that day you cannot make it, then your case is up to be voted on, put out.
Sound fair, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful.
Kevin has another question.
Right.
I don't do the chat, so if somebody could do that for me,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
So the question is, are the recommendations disciplinary actions standard or in the bylaws? We will follow the bylaws, but we'll just, if it's not, we'll still make our recommendation to the board, what we think should happen.
Off with their heads.
Right.
Yeah,
Off
let
with
them
their
eat
heads.
cake.
Let them eat cake.
Yeah, that's kind of a two-pronged question, but obviously we'll abide by the bylaws at all times. But we also have our policy and procedure, and they don't conflict. So.
Right. Okay, I see finished. So I think Kevin is okay. Any other questions or concerns?
I just want to thank Kevin and Diana for coming and making their voice heard.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. So I'm going to end the meeting at 7:32. And everyone have a great evening.
Thanks,
You too.
everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Everyone have a good
Thank
evening.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.